Hi everyone. It's been a long time. I'm coming to you with another live video. Before I start the video on what I'm going to speak about in particular, I want to say thank you to all with your beautiful comments, your prayers, your beautiful suggestions, everything as far as being supportive and loving of my mom's situation. What I will say is prayer changes things. She went from coding a good 5 times. Still, let's say still like she's still in the hospital. I don't want to give you full details, but they were basically trying to get us to pull the plug on her. And I feel like, to me, life and death is not up to me. And I wanted to leave that to God. Because if God wanted her to be gone, we wouldn't have to make that decision. But if he wanted her to stay, I felt like they should do their part and allow God to do his part. And allow God to use them to work through them. So that's where I was at. And my siblings, we were all on one accord with that. So with that being said or whatever, my mom, she's still here with us. She doesn't have enough brainwave right now to follow commands, but she is opening her eyes. Sometimes I holler and be like, "Mommy," and she look right over at me, but she can't say nothing to me. So she went from constantly coding, which is dying, then now she's stabled. She's still breathing with the breathing tube, let's just say. And at first she went from the breathing tube doing the whole breathing for her process to where she's doing some breathing on her own. So God is good. I will say prayer changes things. It's power of prayer. I just uploaded a video to let you guys know exactly where I mean, to connect with this video that I'm doing as well. So I just want to thank you guys for all your support and prayers and beautiful comments. And I will always try to supply an update if possible. I'm not going to always be on here talking about my mom because my main focus is God and my mom. I want to see her back to where we had her before all this occurred. And that's what I'm praying for God to do. And I'm allowing him to do his part. With that said, I am outside of my own doctor's appointment right now. As you can see, it's sunny out here. Take a look around. And of course, it's me again. This is where I walk to my appointment, as you can see. Head to toe. Okay, so basically I'm here today because I decided not to go with the UFE, and the reason being is because I realized at my rheumatoid appointment as well as my fibroid appointment, they were able to look into my MRI, and I have fibroids just all over my uterus. It was so many over my uterus to where it's scary on my bladder. I mean, these fibroids just filling up my system. They're just taking over. So I decided to go ahead and go on with the hysterectomy. So far, everything is being taken out except for my ovaries. Because so far it's not it's not seen as cancerous. But if so, during the surgery, they will remove those as well. So that was what my appointment was today. So I went on here to try the hysterectomy instead of going through that. And if that didn't work, then I still had the result to the hysterectomy. I didn't feel like going through all those changes. I just wanted to be done and over with so I can go on with my life and do what I need to do with my life. So basically, my fibroid doctor did inform me that I'll be sitting out for 6 weeks. And she thinks it's going to take 6 weeks for me to heal. And she said, even if I feel good, I'm going to be taking medications and everything that's still going to have me sitting out for those 6 weeks. So in the meantime, I will be doing the process of healing. Instead of me getting, it was 2 ways that she could have did the procedure, and it was going to be scars here or there around my belly, or either a scar as if you're doing a cesarean. And she basically informed me that if she did start with the different scars around my belly, the different little incisions, about a centimeter, half of a centimeter each, on different parts, like one right here, one over here, and one probably down here somewhere, let's just say. If you can see my hand, I'm not for sure. Okay, so if that didn't work, then they was going to have to resort to the one that you will open like a bikini cut if you did a cesarean, which is down here. I said, why go through all that? We could just go ahead and do the bikini cut and call it a day, because I don't feel like going through that either. I'm trying to just save time, and I don't want the procedure more difficult and hectic than what it seems anyway. So I'm just trying to make it easy on them and easy on me. So I decided to go with the bikini cut. So it's going to be a little longer for my healing. So you might as well say they said 6 weeks. But you never know with the body, the human body, different strokes of different folks. But even if I did bounce back a little early, she still want to prove me to go back to work until after 6 weeks. Because I asked her if I felt better during those 6 weeks, can I be released to go back to work? And she said no. So yes, unfortunately, I have to sit out for 6 weeks. With that being said, I need for you guys, my good friends and family, to pray for me, and to pray that God touch the doctor that's doing my surgery and everyone else that's partaking in making this surgery go successful. Continue to pray for my mom and the healing, because I noticed that a lot of people that I have talked to along the way, I know by you being there, you can't help me. I can't even help me. I can't even help my mom just by me staying there. All I have is my faith, and that's my faith I have in God for us all. And it's power in prayer, and I want to say that again. And prayer is more powerful than what people think, you know. And I notice that I be asking people to pray with me, and the answer I get is I'll pray for you. And sometimes I be needing that prayer right then and there. And I notice that a lot of people have lost sight of prayer. A lot of people have lost sight in the power of prayer. And you know, for a while I was one. I took a lot of things for granted. It was times that, because my situations have overpowered me to where I didn't pray. And all I was trying to do was just trying to solve the situations. And I noticed that when I get over one hurdle, here come another combo or two coming at me at one time. And I couldn't diffuse them. And I prayed when situations came about. And when situations were no longer and I was feeling good, I didn't pray. Well, guess what? He the same God that works your situations out. He the same God that still wants you to talk to him too, even when you're not going through. Even if you have to give him 10 minutes out your day, even if you have to give him 1 day a week, he's appreciative of that. He's not asking for much. And with this situation with my mom, I had to do a reality check. And not only myself, but my siblings. Because I had to realize that life or death, life or death is in the hands of God. And sometimes, children, I'm going to let you know, you take your parents for granted, and 1 minute they're there, next minute they're gone. And when they're gone, you can't say I'm sorry. You can't say if I could do things different. You don't have that time to change things. So wrong, right, or different, they are still your parents. You honor them long as you on these days of this earth, especially when they're on their days, because when they're gone, they're gone. You can't get them back. And all the things you shoulda, coulda, wish you coulda did, you can no longer do. So by me going through this scare, I had a wake-up call too because, I wasn't, by me doing a lot of traveling and some differentiations, differentiating. I'm so country, forgive me. I'm going to just say difficulties that my mom and I went through here and there, not so much. I was on my own journey. With that being said, I took some things with my mom for granted. And I'm going to be honest. I'm one. And if I can admit it, that means I can fix it. And as long as God allows me a chance to fix it, I'm going to do my damnedest. And when I say do my damnedest, wrong, right, or different, I'm going to cherish her like nothing before. And no one is never going to take that away, because by her going through this, and when she come out as the female Lazarus that I know she's going to be, not only is she's not going to be the same, but neither are her children. Because we learn to appreciate her and love her more. One thing about parents, they're not always perfect. They're put on this earth to do what they're supposed to do. And you give them credit for that, Some don't know how to be parents. Some was never parents. And some probably got good training on being parents, because all you're going to do is pass down what you've been taught. If your parents was never parents to you and they didn't know how to love you unconditionally, or either give you the tough love, then guess what? You're going to pass that same teaching down, and it's going to go for generation to generation till someone breaks that generation curse. I'm one that was willing to break that generation curse, because with my mom, the way she loved us was doing for us and teaching us about the Bible. But that unconditional love, hugs and kisses and support, she raised me to be independent more than anything else. I love that about her, but it wasn't enough for me. And so when it came to me raising my children, I decided to love them unconditionally, and to also decide to give them that tough love. Do they like it? No, all the time. But they do appreciate it when they come across circumstances and situations of the world. They do reflect back to it. So what I will tell you is that appreciate your parents. Wrong, right, or difference. They're still your parents. I don't know what conversation you had with God before you came to this earth, but I came through Diana Branscombe, and that is my mother. Michael Howard helped pave that way. That is my father. Wrong, right, or different, those are my parents, and I'm going to love them unconditionally, wrong, right, or different. Now, I will tell them if they do something to hurt me, and I'm going to be respectful about it. But I will let them know, hey, you hurt my feelings when you did this and that. I don't like when you did that, this and that. That hurted my feelings. And it's up to them to change it. And it's up to them to do something to justify it. If they love me enough, they will respect that, and they're going to do things that would not hurt their child. That's just what it is. With that being said, I would just say, while you have your parents, love and cherish and honor them, because once they leave this earth, it's no more. You can't do all the things that you wish you could have did. You can't change your behavior. You can't change the way you handle things with them, because you don't get that chance no more. So while you have that chance, correct your wrongs and make them right, especially with your parents. And God will honor and respect you as a person in the meantime. Because when they do finally leave this earth, you can say, hey, as their child, I done my part. Would you be happy? No one is never happy when a loved one passes on. But you would be, I could say, in peace with knowing that you did what you were supposed to do as their child. What I'm trying to say to you. So that goes a long way. It goes a long way with God, and it goes a long way with your parents as well. That's number one. Number two, as I always say, it's good to have insurance, because you have a lot of say-so when it comes to your health. I was able to pick a procedure that works best for me, because I pay for these things. Don't get me wrong, my employer, I have insurance through my job, but I'm still dividing these bills. It's not enough to where it's paying a good 80% of anything. So I'm still dividing these bills, and they still coming out of my pocket. And it's breaking me. But at the same time, I'm able to get things fixed that needs to be repaired. And it's nothing but God in the midst of it all. I might don't have Medicaid. Even with Medicaid, it's certain things as an adult that they don't accommodate anymore. As far as anything with your body. Like certain things they would do as far as dental visits. It's certain things they would accommodate as far as medical visits. That's just the way the world go. You got to pay for something to get something out of it. And I'm aware of that. So I don't gave you guys a good 15 and some change now explaining, but I just wanted to give you an update. And again, thank you guys for your support and prayers with my mom. And again, I appreciate you guys. If you don't come in my inbox asking how my mom doing, especially people, and I'm finna put you on blast, that I haven't talked to in years. No, I'm not mad at you, but will it hurt to say how you're doing? And then go into, how's my mom doing? Even though I don't want you asking that. Because if you looked at my video, as you say you did, you would see that it's hard for me to talk about what happened to her. And it's hard for me to constantly answer everybody's comment about how she doing. I don't want to keep explaining that because they keep pushing me back to the day everything all happened. And that's a sad day for me. I still have a lot of feelings going on. I haven't got over it. It's like it was yesterday. And I'm telling you again, so please, when I upload these videos, please really look at them. Because I am giving you my own life journey of my life of what's going on. Whatever you feel about it, that's how you feel. But I'm telling you to pay attention to them for a reason. That way you won't be disrespectful when you come into my inbox. Because I would know if you really sync the video from the beginning to the end. Because certain things you just won't do. And certain things you have respect when it comes to my privacy and stuff like that. Anything else? I welcome the comments. I welcome the messages. I welcome the prayers. Please continue. I appreciate your love and support through this journey. My mom appreciates your love and support, even though she's not able to say it. But on her behalf, I'm saying thank you guys. I appreciate it because prayer is power in prayer. It changes things. And it goes a long way, not with only myself, but my mom, my family, and definitely with God. Because he said when two or more interfere, when two or more are praying, he's in the midst of that prayer. So when he's in the midst of it, he doing some wonders, baby. I'm letting you know now. I know for experience. We're taught growing up that we're supposed to believe in God because these reasons, that reason. But I tell you, it's nothing like having your own connection with him. Because having your own connection with him is like that high that you would get from the drug they say crack. When you get that first high from that crack and you always trying to go back and get that first high, which you'll never achieve it. But it's something similar to that. I never smoked crack before, so I wouldn't know. I just know what I was told. But it's something similar to that, to where when you find your connection with God, it is so beautiful. And it's that high that you're always trying to get and always trying to keep if you still have it. But as humans, we do backslide. As humans, we do have human feelings. But it's that faith and that spirit that you have about you that he looks at. Because he know the human body is I could say it lacks grace. He knows that. But what's most important with him is what's in your heart, what's in your spirit, and the faith that you have in him. Even the faith as size as a mustard seed would do wonders with God. He could roll with that. He could do wonders with that. I kid you not. I promise you. We are not going through this journey with God for nothing. And another thing I will say, and this is off the record, for those that don't know, I do believe there is such thing as good and evil. I do believe there are such thing as good spirits and bad spirits. I do believe that the war is beyond human race. It's more with principalities. Sometimes people don't know when Satan or a demonic spirit is using them against them. Against you. But it's up to you to know, because people come for a couple of things. They come to take, and they come to give. You have to decipher which one. It's a blessing and a lesson in every situation. And you have to decipher which one. Well, guess what? You're going to keep repeating this situation until you get it. Just like the Bible repeating itself, so does life, honey. Sometimes when you had them deja vus, that was a situation that occurred, and it just brought you back to that situation. So, with that being said, I'm just giving you examples. Do I know everything? No. But I do know my God, if nothing else, because I do have my own connection. I found my own connection with God at the age of 35 when it was just him and I. And I had no one else. No one else. My kids needed me. And my kids actually gave me the love and support I needed, but I needed more. Because certain situations at that age, at that time, at that situation, during that situation, I couldn't get out of. And I knew it couldn't take nobody but God to get me out of that situation. And even though he's bigger than me, he came down to my level to reveal himself to me, to introduce himself to me, and let me know who he is. What God would do that for you? You got these people that think they God in this world, these human beings that sit on these high horses, and they look at you as you beneath them. But not our God. Not our God. He's so loving, he'll meet you where you at. And I just want to get that out to you. I just want to give you that piece of advice. God loves you, wrong, right, or different, unconditionally. We're an image of him. So don't think he doesn't feel what we feel. We're an image of him. We're made like him. We're an image of him. Yes, we're little gods in our own right, but we have feelings just like he does. We see things just like he does, even though he sees them farther. He gave us common sense just like he has it. So we're an image of him. So what I'm saying is, definitely, guys, it's time to get right with God. And I will be updated with you guys with progress with my mom, because you're going to see how God works. I promise you. You're going to see how God works. And hopefully, with my mom, hopefully you guys believe after this, because he's working with my mom now. I kid you not. From the time she's been in the hospital to today, it has been a significant progress. Not so much yet to where she's getting up and saying, hey, how you doing? I know who you are. You're Sparkle. You're my daughter. She's not there yet, but she will get there. Trust and believe. You know why? Because I believe God can make the impossible possible. Believe me when I say it. I know within my heart, within my spirit, within my mind, body, and soul, I know who that man upstairs is. I have that connection with him, and I know who he is. And I know what he can do. And let's just say if he didn't wake my mom up, he would have had another journey, and he needed her more. And I can respect that. But because he loves us so much, that he's willing to give her a second chance at life and to make the most out of us and give us a second chance at life to love us so unconditionally. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. I don't love God because of what he could do for me. I love God because who he is in me. So I just want to express that to you guys and let you know God is good and give you an update. And please, again, do not get in my inbox and ask me how she doing and what happened. I will give you guys an update when it's time to provide that. Please respect that. Look at these videos to beginning and end. That way you would know what to say to me and what not to say. And you have to realize one thing. Everybody go through their own journey differently. The way you would deal with this situation, that don't mean I'm dealing with it the same way. The way you have done with that situation, that don't mean I'm dealing with it the same way. I'm dealing with it the best way I know how to still keep my sanity. And right now, this is what worked for me. And I appreciate if you guys do respect it. No hard feelings or nothing, but just please, as my friend, as someone that loves me dearly, support me. And just pray for me and respect any decision I make from this point on. When it comes to my personal life and things that's going on, I promise, in due time, like now, I will give you an update. If you have any questions or concerns other than that, please feel free to drop them low in the inbox, and I would gladly get back to them as soon as possible. Otherwise, you guys have a blessed day. Hope to hear from you soon. I will upload another video soon. I don't know how soon, because in between work, I'm running up to this hospital with my mom, making sure my mom is getting the best care possible. And, you know, as power attorneys, I'm one of the power attorneys, but I'm the first one over my sister. We're both working together to make sure she get the quality of care that she deserves and needs. With that being said, just continue to keep us in your prayers. And you guys have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye.